We are living in a time of inflation that quietly erodes savings. Job markets disrupted by automation and AI. Interest rates rising after years of cheap money. Global uncertainty, wars, supply chain shocks. And financial systems that reward adaptability, not loyalty. Hard work alone used to be enough. Today, it is often not even sufficient. If you don't prepare your thinking early, the economy will eventually force you to change, and usually at the worst possible moment. In unstable economies, people cling to comfort stories. If I just keep my head down, I'll be fine. Things will go back to normal. I'll start thinking about investing later. But history shows something very different. Every major wealth shift in history, from the Great Depression to the 1970s inflation crisis, to the 2008 financial collapse, to the post-pandemic world, transferred wealth from the unprepared to the prepared. Hardworking people didn't fail because they were lazy. They failed because they relied on old assumptions in a new system. If you want to become wealthy, you must stop assuming stability is guaranteed. Let me tell you about Daniel again. But this time, place him in today's world. Daniel has a good job, decent salary, stable routine. But around him, prices rise faster than his income, his savings earn less than inflation, his company restructures every year. AI quietly threatens parts of his role. Nothing feels catastrophic, yet. And that's exactly why it's dangerous. Because most financial damage happens slowly, then suddenly. Daniel doesn't panic, but he asks a better question. What happens to people like me if this instability lasts 10 years? That question is the beginning of wealth thinking. In volatile economies, single income dependence is fragile. Daniel realized something critical. His job was income, not security. Income can disappear. Skills can be automated. Companies can restructure. Currencies can lose value. Wealthy individuals don't assume protection, they design resilience. Daniel learned this principle. If my financial life collapses when one thing fails, I was never secure, only comfortable. If you want to become wealthy in uncertain times, you must build multiple layers. Skills that transfer assets that compound knowledge that adapts. Every economic disruption creates two groups: those who freeze and protect the past, those who reposition for the future. Inflation destroys cash, but rewards asset owners. Technological disruption eliminates jobs, but creates leverage for builders. Market volatility punishes emotional decisions, but rewards disciplined, long-term thinkers. Daniel studied past cycles and saw the pattern. Wealth is not built by predicting the future, but by preparing for multiple futures. That insight changed how he approached money forever. If you want to become wealthy in a volatile economy, stop reacting to headlines. Start building systems. Daniel stopped chasing quick profits, market timing, fear-based decisions. Instead, he focused on assets that benefit from time, cash flow resilience, skills aligned with long-term demand. This is how wealth is quietly built during chaos. Not by guessing, but by positioning. Most people don't lose money because markets crash. They lose money because they panic. They sell at the wrong time. They chase safety when opportunity appears. They never built a plan beyond survival. Daniel understood something powerful. Volatility doesn't destroy wealth. It reveals who never prepared for it. If you want to become wealthy, you must think before pressure arrives, not during. You don't need perfect conditions. You don't need certainty. You don't need to be fearless. You need clarity. Ask yourself, what happens if my income is disrupted? What assets benefit from inflation, not suffer from it? What skills will still matter in 10 years? Start small, think long, act consistently. That's how ordinary people quietly become wealthy while others wait for stability that never fully returns. Years later, Daniel didn't escape uncertainty. He learned to operate within it. He didn't panic at downturns. He didn't chase hype. He didn't depend on luck. Wealth didn't make him louder. It made him calmer. Because true wealth isn't about avoiding storms. It's about building something that survives them. If you want to become wealthy in today's world, do this. Prepare your thinking before the economy tests you, because when instability arrives, and it always does, those who prepared will see opportunity. Those who didn't will see fear, and that difference decides everything. Every generation faces a moment that reveals the truth about money. Not a theory, not a motivational quote, a real test. In 2008, millions of people learned a brutal lesson. They trusted stability, they trusted institutions, they trusted that housing prices would always go up. When the system broke, it wasn't the hardest workers who survived best. It was those who understood leverage, risk, and liquidity. Some people lost everything. Others quietly bought assets at generational discounts. Same crisis, different preparation. In 2020, the world stopped overnight. Jobs vanished, businesses collapsed, entire industries froze. Yet at the same time, digital businesses exploded, remote work rewrote income geography, markets crashed, then rebounded faster than ever. Once again, wealth didn't move randomly. It flowed toward those who had margin, had optionality, had systems instead of dependence. The pandemic didn't create winners and losers. It revealed them. Now we stand at the edge of another shift, the AI era. This time, the disruption is quieter. No lockdowns, no headlines screaming collapse, just algorithms replacing tasks, automation rewriting value, leverage concentrating power faster than ever before. Some will say, this is dangerous. They're right, but others will understand, this is an opportunity if I prepare early. Because history is clear, every major wealth transfer looks terrifying to those who wait, and obvious to those who prepare. If you want to become wealthy, hear this clearly. The economy will not ask if you're ready. Technology will not slow down for comfort. Stability will not return to save you. You will either react under pressure or act from preparation. And that choice is being made right now, quietly, daily, invisibly. Wealth is not built in moments of panic. It is built years earlier when no one is watching. When the next disruption arrives, and it will, some people will say, I never saw this coming. Others will say, I was ready. Not because they predicted the future, but because they prepared their thinking. If you want to become wealthy in this world, don't wait for certainty. Build clarity, build systems, build resilience, because in every era, those who prepare early don't just survive change. They are the ones wealth quietly flows toward.